Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Welcome
hello.
to-
This
What-
is the Swedish accent, correct?
Correct, yes.
Oh, God.
Good day, mates. We're back in Eurovision. Actually, Australia is in Eurovision now. I found that out on Wikipedia.
Even though they're not European?
Well, technically they were at one
Well,
point.
okay. I don't know much about how that works, but I believe you.
Yep. Anyways, hello, everybody. It's me, Michael. There's Zach down there.
Hi.
Hannah's over that way. And
Oh, she's there on my screen.
well, your
Weird.
screen's not being recorded, so
That's true.
Eurovision
Yeah, it's a
Song
mouthful.
Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. And it's the new Will Ferrell movie with Rachel McAdams. It's like the first team up of Wedding Crashers people since Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. And it's directed by the guy that did Wedding Crashers. So there's potential for it to be good.
There certainly was.
Unfortunately, it was kind of just okay.
As an American, I didn't know anything about Eurovision. I know that it was a contest, but I didn't know what went into it. And I learned that this was supposed to coincide with the actual contest. Like, this was supposed to come out around the same time, but because of COVID, I guess Netflix was like, well, we made this, so here you go. And so there's a reason why this was supposed to come out, but anyways.
So if you don't know what Eurovision Song Contest, the Story of Fire Saga is Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams are these kids from the 70s who grew up watching Eurovision and now are in a band and want to get on Eurovision. And small spoiler alert, so just get ready for it. They do the contest, and then everyone on the ship that was in the Icelandic contest died because it exploded.
They violently die.
Rest in peace. I was so mad because I love Demi Lovato, and that's one of the main reasons I watched that movie.
Well, you still get her. She just has charred face.
Yeah.
And fire.
But yeah, but that's in the trailer, I guess. So it's not really much of a spoiler, but anyways.
Yeah, kind of the plot, I guess.
Yeah, so they get sent to Eurovision, and then it's got a bunch of Eurovision people in it, but it also has Pierce Brosnan, it has Dan Stevens, Demi Lovato. Mm-hmm. So it's got
the guy from Sex Education that has a crazy name, and I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. But yeah, then if you've ever seen Eurovision, all the people that have competed before show up at one point. You know, I guess it's fine. At the end of the day, it's a Will Ferrell movie. You're gonna get.
Here's my only. Sorry,
Zach with the hot takes this time.
This movie is 2 hours long. Like, this is like an SNL skit where it's like, hey, it's Will Ferrell as a Swedish guy or an Icelandic guy, and it would be funny. Like, it's funny, like in little 2-minute segments here and there. Yeah. But then there's I just remember the musical part whenever they're at the party and they're just singing like ABBA and then Cher. And then all that. I'm like, what am I watching?
Yes, I said this is a cross mix between Blades of Glory and Pitch Perfect. That's what it was to me.
That's a good description of it. Like, it's this huge concept. Like, Will Ferrell as an ice skater with Napoleon Dynamite.
And he's competing with and then they go in there and as soon as they started singing, I was like, oh my God, they're about to have a what do they call it in Pitch Perfect?
It was like a dance-off or a sing-off.
Yeah, but it's like a sing-off. Yeah, and then they started singing that, and I was like, this is exactly what it is. It's a cross between the two. And they had some really good singers, but as soon as Rachel McAdams started singing, I said, oh, that's not her voice.
I thought it was Demi Lovato's voice for a little bit. But
it kind of sounded like her. I looked it up, and they said it's some Swedish singer, I guess, who was a part of Eurovision at one point a few years ago. And they took her voice and then Rachel McAdams' voice and then dub them together to give
because there was a part where I was like, oh, maybe it is her voice. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes sense.
But then Will Ferrell was singing.
You can tell that's him. Step Brothers. Thanks to Step Brothers.
But I will say, even though the movie's not good, the music that they made for the movie
I like it.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, Jaja Ding Dong. I mean,
Jaja Ding Dong.
Weird that like these songs are so great, but then it's put into this movie that's so hit and miss.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, you can say that with every Will Ferrell movie, where it's like, and he wrote this one, which he hasn't written movie that he's in a while. I think since Anchorman, and
yeah, I mean that's the problem with Will Ferrell movies these days. It's like they're so hit and miss, but you've seen all of his good movies. You've seen Step Brothers, you've seen Wedding Crashers, and you've seen other stuff, old school, and you want those movies again. But you have to realize, like, Will Ferrell's not that dude anymore. He can't.
Yeah.
He's old. He's getting old. He can't do the physical comedy that much anymore. How many Jaja Ding Dongs out of 10 would you give it?
I know you were gonna do that. I was hoping you would. I'm gonna give it. I'll go half. I'll give it a 5 Jaja Ding Dongs.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, because I got into it. I didn't like it at first. Then the singing came, and I was like, okay, this is good. And then I don't know. It was just up and down throughout. So I'm just gonna go half. I'll give it a 5.
I'm going 5.5 because the songs are just good enough to where it's like, this is watchable, I guess. And it's a solid. I shouldn't say it's not solid anything, but it's good to put on in the background, and it's a Will Ferrell movie, and it has good songs, and that's worth a 5.5 to me.
Yeah. In 2020, this is a solid movie. In any other year, it's a bad movie.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah.
Asterisk.
Yeah, I would give it 5 out of 10 as well. 5 out of 10. Yeah, ding dongs. I don't remember how.
Yeah, ding dong.
Yeah. So I mean, if you got time on Netflix, you like Will Ferrell. It's not offensive in any way. You're not going to be like, I'll never watch another Will Ferrell movie ever again. It's funny in parts.
It's almost family friendly. Like they swear a few times, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of sex jokes actually.
Yeah.
If you got Netflix, you ain't got nothing better to do. You don't know what Eurovision is. Just go watch it because what else are you going to do?
Yeah, why not?
Watch Bad Boys 3 again.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we watched that again the other day. It's just as good.
Number 1 movie of 2020.
Yep, I guarantee you it's gonna be. It's gonna stay.
Un esercito di pro